What I like so much about this story is the fact that Coca-Cola enters the Asian market against already established brands and competing products, and yet within 6 months they rose to be the market leader and set records in terms of return on marketing investments in this category. A key aspect to the marketing strategy was really around the product packaging and the messaging around green and environmentally friendly aspects of the construction of the product. One of the key components in the messaging and the manufacturing of the product was the fact that the actual plastic used in the bottling was 40% more environmentally friendly in terms of making the product. What's so interesting is in the design of the water bottle itself. When you finish drinking it, you can twist it and collapse it into almost a flat straw-shaped structure. What makes this so significant is when a consumer is out in public surrounded by friends and peers and strangers and they finish drinking this water bottle, they go through this physical and demonstrative action of twisting and collapsing the bottle. And in doing so, it calls everyone's attention to it, but also to the messaging of, hey, I'm environmentally friendly and the environment is important to me. And this is a form of peer influence, which not only promoted the product, but started to put that topic and that issue on everyone's mind. And so very rapidly, when people were buying bottled water, that topic of environmental friendliness in terms of the materials that made the bottle and that visibility of collapsing the bottle and almost showing your support for a green environment was paramount to the viral spread of the campaign. Now we've seen this kind of campaign all across the globe, really. In North America, a clear example of that has been the Livestrong brand. We have seen the Livestrong brand over a number of years now and a number of different products, everything from wristbands to apparel to consumer electronics, online, in print. So it's all through the North American culture and actually spreading globally now as well. Now a key element of that again is it's not so much just the product selection, but it's that consumer advocacy of saying, you know what, I'm going to wear this and communicate my support of this product and the cause in which it represents to all my peer groups around me. And so it's a new form of almost like personalized lobbying or personalized political capital, of where you're saying, not only am I making product selections in the future, but I'm making product selections around my value system. And in doing so, I'm communicating my value system to all around me in hopes of influencing people to continue to purchase along the same values that I am as well. Another example of where green and environmental messaging has been key in America has been around some small town America where bottled water companies have gone in and petitioned to build a new recycling plant, or potentially a new water bottle manufacturing plant, or potentially the actual harvesting of the water itself from water reserves within those small communities. And we've seen a backlash in America of sometimes where communities have bonded together and actually put together petitions enough to overturn the proposal to build, and really stating that messaging around, we care about a green environment, we don't want these companies coming in and contaminating our water with manufacturing, we don't want them to take our water and turn around and sell it back to us, we don't want to go through the expense of taking our water and actually have to have it bottled before we can consume it. So in a lot of cases, product selection and design of the future is going to center a lot around community impact. As a brand brings that product into market, what are they going to do to somehow have messaging that preserves the value systems of the different communities, kind of across their geographic region. We see the same kind of correlation to environmental messaging that we see in messaging that either emphasizes strong behavioral patterns around ethics or around economics. With the economic downturn, we've seen a lot of corporate brands messaging start to emphasize and resonate fiscal responsibility, or in the ethics space, how management is standing either behind their product, behind their customer services practices, and behind their manufacturing practices, which really brings all three together. The right ethics, the right environmental considerations, and the right economics all together around marketing messages to emphasize products. So you take that idea of the messaging that embodies ethics, environment, and economics, and you start to compare that to the Coca-Cola example of the successful bottled water campaign in Asia. And they're really commanding aspects of those kind of three pillars of modern messaging, but they're also taking that example of not only consumer product selection, but consumer advocacy around the brand and the value statements and mission around that brand. So just like in America with the Live Strong campaign, you see this in Asia right now around the i-Lohas water campaign, where in both cases it's a very visible sign of support of not only that brand, but the ethics and values and economics around the production of that product. And people are very visibly choosing and then visibly demonstrating that they use that product to their peer groups around them. And in doing so created a huge viral spread which catapulted Coke, like we said, in 6 months to the leader of the category.